He actually stood there in the pouring rain screaming at me to sign a paper admitting I owed him thousands of dollars for a vase I didn't even mean to break. And honestly, at that moment, I felt so small and hopeless, I thought my life was completely over. But let me back up so you understand why this moment broke me. See, my name is Martha, and for 10 years, I've been the invisible cleaning lady in this fancy glass tower on Wall Street. I keep my head down and scrub the floors day after day, not because I love the job, but because every single dollar goes to my sick granddaughter back in the countryside who relies on me to survive. It all started earlier that morning when a client's little boy slipped near the marble staircase. And purely on instinct, I lunged forward to grab him before he fell. I managed to catch him, but in the chaos my elbow hit the pedestal, smashing the CEO's antique vase and spilling hot coffee all over a contract. My supervisor didn't even care that I had just prevented a tragedy. He just saw the mess and dragged me into his office. He slammed a termination letter on the desk, calling me clumsy and useless, and when I tried to explain I was saving a child, he just cut me off and told me to get out. I packed my old bag with my few clothes and the one photo I have of my granddaughter, and I walked out of the building just as the sky opened up. I didn't have an umbrella, so I just let the rain mix with my tears. But I had barely reached the curb when the supervisor ran after me, not to apologize, but to throw a liability form in my face. He told me to sign it and admit debt for the vase or he'd call the police. And I was standing there trembling, ready to sign my life away when a black sedan screeched to a halt right in front of us. The back door opened and the CEO stepped out holding an umbrella. And the supervisor instantly switched his face to a fake smile. He told the CEO he had already fired me for breaking the antique, expecting to be praised for his quick action. But the CEO didn't smile back. His voice turned absolutely ice cold, and he asked the supervisor if he had any idea who I actually was. He looked at me soaking wet and told the story of how 10 years ago his own daughter slipped on those stairs, and I was the one who ran up and caught her, breaking my own leg to save her life. He said that today, I risked myself again to save another child, and the fact that a vase got broken meant absolutely nothing compared to the life of a kid. He turned to the supervisor and told him that treating people like trash was the only fireable offense here, and he told him to pack his things and leave immediately. The supervisor went completely pale and speechless, and then the CEO turned to me and handed me a check for $200,000. He said half was a debt he owed me from years ago and the other half was gratitude. But I was so shocked I tried to refuse it, saying I just wanted my job back. He looked at me with so much respect and said kindness is never a burden, is treasure. And as I held my granddaughter's photo in the rain, I finally smiled, knowing that God really does watch over those who are kind.